Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 125 of Kouryer podcast. Our today's guest is Miss Alida Pintus. She's a digital and visual development artist from Enna, Italy. Now, with that quick introduction out of the way, give us a little introduction on how you got into visual arts and design.
Okay, so I started when I was 3 years old, and I drew my older siblings' school books, and they were very upset with me, but somehow recognized that I was very into art, and well, it was just something that always was a part of me. I went to School of Art in high school, and after that, I went to a concept art master in Italy, in a school called Big Rock, where I met all my friends and, well, the people that I actually still hanging out with. And once I finished this semester at the school, I came back home in March, last March, and started posting my drawings on Instagram, ArtStation. There is actually this Facebook group. It's called Character Design Challenge. I'm sure many people know it, where I post every month an entry based on this group theme, because this group challenges you to draw a character based on the theme they give you. And I remember that my February entry was actually seen by the art director of this studio that I'm working for right now, because he sent me a message on ArtStation and said, "Hi, Alida, I'm an art director from California. I've seen your entry on this group." Well, he actually saw it on ArtStation because I posted on ArtStation after posting in the group, and I really like it. I was wondering if you will be glad to join us in our team. We are working on a project, and I would like you to take part of it if you like. And I was like, me? Yes, of course. I'm of course. When do I start? So we had another interview on Zoom, and I've been working for them for 10 months now. Yeah, it will be a year in April. And I work remote. I'm still here in Italy, and they are still there in California. I've actually never met them in person, but yeah, this is my experience for now, and it's I I feel like I'm living a dream, and it given me a lot of self-confidence to actually commit more seriously, more professionally, even to my Instagram account. I somehow always wanted to be very popular on Instagram, which I'm not actually, but it's something I really care about, sharing my heart, sharing my doodles. And I'm happy that somehow this actually was the way I started my journey on this field. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And by the way, the way that art director found you on ArtStation, do you think how did he find you? Was that do you think using the correct hashtags, or did you post that like, our session post to a different certain group or challenge, same as Facebook? Like, how do you think, what helped with that, do you think?
Okay, I'm very obsessed with using tons of hashtags. Some of my power of hashtags, but just in case, I always put like hundreds of them, and I don't know, maybe this had helped. But also, I think that this Facebook group has a really large community. In fact, if anyone is interested, I suggest you to check the group on Facebook. It's named Character Design Challenge, and actually, a teacher of mine in my school advised me to join the challenge, because it's like the bare minimum of commitment. But if you are constant in posting, it will give you tons of feedback, because it's a very large community. Many people look at your drawings, and some people post a comment, others share your work on their website. And I think that really helped me, even with my Instagram followers. Since I posted my entries on this group, I had like what I had before. So I think that's really that community that helped me out with with that visibility, I guess.
All right, awesome. And were you originally studying art and design like from the beginning, or like, you were pursuing another career path maybe in high school? Like, how was it?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't think I really catched
Oh,
your
sure.
question.
No worries. So when you were in high school, from the
Yeah.
beginning, like, you were pursuing art, or maybe you were pursuing another career or job, maybe you were trying to become a graphic designer, or maybe going engineering route, or you were just going art from 0 to 100.
Okay, when I was 9 years old, I was obsessed with becoming a Pixar visual developer, because I saw this documentary on television that really explained the whole development of the Pixar reality, and I wanted so badly to be a part of it. Therefore, when was the time, I decided to go to art school in high school, and choose to, well, in Italy, the School of Art has different sections. There is graphic design, hood, metal designs, things like that, photography, and pottery. And I choose fine arts, because I thought, well, if I learn to draw with, with some technique, some very well focused way, it could be helpful even farther in the future. I don't know. I asked a lot of advices, and people were saying me that I didn't go in a very artistic environment when I was in high school. But I think that learning how to draw, even in an academic way, kind of helped my sensibility towards yeah
All right.
towards itself. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I understood completely.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. In the introduction, I already mentioned that you're an illustrator and visual development artist, but what are you right now, like, currently professionally working as with the studio you just mentioned, Big Rocky Studio, if I'm not mistaken? What position are you working at?
Okay. Big Rock was the school. It's a school in Italy I went to, but now I'm off of it. Right now, I'm a character concept artist for Free Range Games. It's a studio in Sausalito, California. I checked in the in Google Maps, and it's something some near to San Francisco. Yes, so yeah. Right now, I'm working for them, and I also do some freelancing for others other studios. I am actually working right now for an editor, yeah, in Italy. I'm illustrating something for a board game, but yeah, I'm actually going to start a new school tomorrow morning, and I'm really excited about it because it's gonna be um, a school for illustrator, strictly for illustrator in the editorial field. So yeah.
All right, awesome. Good luck with that. Didn't know. It's kind of poetic that that the day after you have your podcast, you start your school. So good luck. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm really super. This is an incredible time in my life because I know that it sounds cheesy, but I still kind of think I I think of myself as a kid because I'm actually 20. I don't really imagine myself as an adult right now, but these incredible things are happening to me. The jobs, the school, and all of these things are after the pandemic, which really um, took me down on a mental health level.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the time of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And how does your design process usually go anytime you want to start working on a new project? Maybe you want to start working on a new character concept. How does your 0 to 100 process usually looks like?
Okay. Well, I'm very inspired by things that surrounds me. Like I I'm definitely that creepy person on the bus that stares at you because I find that your eyes are interesting or the way you talk with your hands, and therefore I kind of stores all this information in my mind and try to put what I've just seen into a new character. Of course, if someone told me to draw a certain type of character, I have to stick with the description. But if I have to go like with a black canvas, with a white canvas, I'm sorry, I try to recall what I've just seen. Then I look up for references, if there is something I have to draw because I have to follow a description. I look up on Pinterest. I create a Pinterest board with as many references as possible, and then I start to draw silhouettes like the well, very randomic and generic silhouettes. And then I look at the shapes and look, okay, this is interesting. Maybe I can just combine these two things, sort it out. Oh, wow. this looks pretty. And then I start sketching. And it's something, well, I'm very untidy in my process. It's very neurotic, I would say. But I feel like I'm really experimenting right now. I still watch tons of tutorials and take tons of online classes and by very different artists, and every artist says something different about this workflow, and I try to do this very big collage, and sometimes it works, sometimes I'm very surprised by the results, sometimes it just, well, I think it's not very good and throw it away, but this is somehow how I work every time. Yeah.
Right, awesome. And what was the first art job paycheck you ever got? What was it for, and how did you feel at the time when you got it?
Well, I don't know actually, because well, I remember the first time I got paid for something that I did. It was a contest, and I won, I guess, second prize. It was a very small contest, like in my hometown. We were painting on plein air, and yeah, I won this second prize, and I felt so empowered by it. It was like a sign for me. You are going to go far away with that. But if I have to recall the very first time I had a job, it was while I was attending Big Rock, and we worked for a client, and I designed characters back then, and yeah, they paid me and the rest of my classmates for the work we did. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And who are your favorite artists and designers that have inspired you the most?
Well, this is a question like, what is your favorite movie? Because there are so many of them. If I have to go to the very, very classic, I would say Egon Schiele and Toulouse-Lautrec. But right now, I really am into Maria Tiurina illustrations. She's Ukrainian illustrator, I guess. I always look up her Instagram feed and save all her posts because I really like her style. It's so full of details and colors, and it's so sick. I really like her job. And well, on concept art, I would say, yeah, I'm actually I'm very embarrassed that none of
That's the point of this question.
yeah, but well, I really like Raphael Manier's entries for the character design challenge of ArtStation, because every once in a year ArtStation hosts the ArtStation challenge event, and for 2 times in a row, I guess, she won first place with her character design, and I'm like obsessed with her line arts, because they are so complicated but also so evocative. I'm kind of, well, I just want to be as good as her, you know? So,
yeah, I can totally understand what you mean when you say that.
Yeah.
What are you working on right now that you can tell us about? I mean, of course, if there's no NDAs involved.
Okay, I cannot talk about what I'm doing right now with Free Range or the other studio because there are NDA involved. But well, apart from school assignments I will be given by tomorrow morning, I'm actually wanna, level up my social commitment, social, Instagram, things like the social networks commitment. Yeah, I want to post more frequently, and I really should start. I have this kind of portfolio fear. I have the fear of gathering all my drawings into one, art book or PDF, because when I do that, that's the moment when I think, well, I've done nothing worth showing up. So I should really try to conquer this fear. It's one of my 2022 I don't know how you say good intentions.
Resolutions.
Yeah. Resolution. My 2022 resolution. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And all right, we've talked about art a lot till now, but I want to ask you this: what area beside art would you be interested to explore and learn in the future?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, sure.
Slowly?
What area beside art, which you're doing right now, would you be interested to explore and learn in the future? Any other hobbies or skills?
Okay, I'm very into books and movies. Right now, I'm kind of swallowing every essays on pop culture I can find. I've just finished reading this book about the 2000s pop culture. It's something that it's really kidnapping me right now. And yeah, I want to go deep with my explorations of cult cinema history. And yeah, if I hadn't stick with my artistic path, I guess I would have stick with my reading path, with my literal side. No, I really am into books. So.
All right, awesome. And all right, we've reached the final question of the podcast, and which is final section slash question, which is called final words. All right, I'm gonna explain what it is.
Okay.
Imagine you had a limited amount of time, and in that limited amount of time, you could leave from yourself to anyone who's listening to this podcast a message or messages as a human to another human being. What would those be?
Well, all of my friends that really, support me every day, because most of my time I kind of whining about my the work I do, the things that I do, because I feel like I'm never enough. And my friends, these people, my family, are always there to support me. And I always feel like I won't do something for them back. So whenever I achieve something and I'm proud of it, I always think of them first and say, this is for you because you believe in me and you are such an amazing person in my life, and I would be nothing like the person I am right now if I hadn't all these people's support. So yeah, I would send awards for that. Yeah.
All right. That's kind of wholesome. So thank you to anyone who tuned in and listened or watched this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if there's any suggestions or critiques, leave them down in the comments below as usual. And thank you again so much for coming by for this episode. It was a pleasure. And with all that being said and done, take care, everyone. Till next episode. Bye.